At least I don't think. So now I've said it. Happy Black History Month 2025.
See, the black man
Yeah.
has to be proud, man. Remember, you come from a nation of kings and queens.
Why do you like Buckwheat so much?
Because he's funny. He makes me laugh. Why does everybody hate him?
Stereotype number
We
one.
don't hate him, we just hate what he represents.
You come
What's
from
wrong
a
with that?
legacy of kings and queens.
Well, in Buckwheat's time, that was the only image you saw of a black person. Stereotype is when you believe that a whole group of people behave a certain way. In Buckwheat's time, the stereotype was that all black people were lazy and ignorant.
That's not true.
I know it's not, but those were the only roles black actors were allowed to play.
I remember with the little rascal. He was so tall. But in real life, I was an actor named William Thomas Jr. Some people say I set a bad example, but that's how a black person had to act. If you want to get a job in the movies, there were great actors like Hattie McDaniel, Lincoln Perry, and Willie Best, who always had to play the same roles. Butterfly McQueen got so tired of playing stereotypes, she stopped acting. We had a run, but I hope we made it easy for all the black actors who came after us. Thank you.
This episode is dedicated to Lincoln Perry.
How do you teach progression? How do you implement progression within the black community?
Butterfly McQueen, William Thomas Jr., and all the other black actors whose talent and genius
How do you
were never
implement
fully
progression
acknowledged
within the world
and appreciated.
to reset the order of things?
They paved the way for all of us.
It's all new history. Even this, it's all new history. Like,
See, the
it's
black
pride.
man has to be proud, man.
It's
Remember,
American
you
history.
come from a nation of kings and queens.
Why do you like Buckwheat so much?
Because he's funny. He makes me laugh. Why does everybody hate him?
We don't hate him, we just hate what he represents.
What's wrong with that?
Well, in Buckwheat's time, that was the only image you saw of a black person. Stereotype is when you believe that a whole group of people behave a certain way. In Buckwheat's time, the stereotype was that all black people were lazy and ignorant.
That's not true.
I know it's not, but those were the only roles black actors were allowed to play.
I remember with the little rascal. He was so
Yeah. We're all stereotypes. Everything we do is a stereotype. As it gets passed on, it becomes an action, a legend, and a stereotype of how a person acts or how one might refer to themselves. Because we're malleable or we're moldable, very moldable creatures. Like all of us want to be something we're not. At any given time, you want to be your favorite superhero. You want to be Superman, or you want to be Goku, or you want to be Naruto, or anybody. That's just my major three, you know. You want to be, you know, Malcolm X. You know, just think about it. We dress up for people in Cosmicons, and, you know, we dress up like characters and people our whole lives. We put on acts because we're all stereotypes. We're all acting out a great movie, the grand design, like the great bigger picture. Like, we don't really realize it because we're living our everyday lives. So everything in social media is a part of the movie. You're the Truman Show. It's for entertainment because hunting and gathering gets boring until we go to war. Then things get scrambled, chaotic. Then they calm down. Then the cost of living suddenly goes up. Inflation kicks in. All kind of things happen. You'd hope for peace, but it's like we keep just gearing up the struggle. We just fuel this beast of an economical establishment we just keep building on top of without adding any peace for our own minds and intellect to truly expand You know, we break ourselves to rebuild ourselves. That's human nature. What say you 1,000 years from now? We're still here laughing about how foolish we were 1,000 years ago, how ignorant we were, how primitive we were. We're primitive to our future selves. Trust me on that. I mean, it's real like that, you know. We're very primitive to our future selves. You know, I just wanted to get on here and say that, you know, the whole world is black. I want you to know that. There's not one soul down here that's not melanated. You might be lightly melanated. This is all like worldly betrayal at the end of the day. He lied to him. She covered it up. She lied about this. He covered it up. Somebody got killed. They both covered it up. That type shit, you know. Plagiarism, scandals, you know. It's not just America, the world is built on it, you know. It's all forged in blood, flame, and water. You were baptized in a flood. That's what the fuck it was. You know, excuse my French. You know, your soul was reincarnated by the flames, sparked. Earth brought you back. I mean, most people won't even understand what I just said. That, you know, the whole thing of the world being destroyed by fire is because cataclysmic events would happen that would set this thing ablaze. California's on fire right now, just burning. Like they say, you can see it from space. You know, it's a ring of fire that's just never stopped since we've been here. We just, you know, scientists think they know what's up, but, you know, it's really just, you know, this is what it is. It's science to let you know that, yo, it'll catch blaze and none will survive. It'll be like a living hell of flames, just everything. And, you know, any little thing can happen. That's why the race for innovation is so important, you know, for the ones who don't have, you know, resources and money, you know, if they have motivation and ideas, you got to use it. You got to use whatever grit necessary. The internet is a powerful engine because you can voice your opinion. So even the slightest hint can get heard by the right ear that hears it, that has the actual resources, can make action, can take action to build the necessary equipment, tools that we need to assure survival, at least, you know. Because, you know, in my book, from where I come from, you save one, you save all. It just is what it is. Like, our legacy is like that, right? As long as you save a man and a woman, and, you know, in multiple points, if you could save, you know, multiple people, like, you get like thousands of points for the most people you can actually preserve, because that's what the preservation of the legacy is. See, the thing is, we get preserved and then rewrites get in order. You got some people that will probably tell the truth about history. They'll probably write it down correctly. This happened, that led to that, which was catastrophic. This amount survived. A tribe, a house, make it poetic to explain the fact that we are all one. We're all one, no matter, you know, how we want to run away from it. You know, it just is what it is. You know, we're all one within God. You know, the creation of all things. We are all a part of the sum of all. You know, just as the very earth is a part of the solar system of the sun, we are part of that same cosmos. It all comes from somewhere in the universe. Like they'll say Earth isn't from here. They'll say we come from the Garden of Eden. Some will say it's Darwin's theory. In all actuality, it's perspective. It's whatever you want to believe it is. Because you're man. And what you say is golden. If you can't get that from every story about the existence of us and creation, you know, you're missing the bigger picture. Pay attention, Truman. See, I was always taught I'm probably dumber than a bag of bricks. We don't know shit. And so everything we do know, we know even less. It just is what it is. You know, knowledge, that's not really power. You know, they tell you that coming up, that knowledge itself is power. So you gain knowledge, you read books, you go to school, only to find out that the application of the knowledge is the actual power. And the only way to gain the application or the knowledge of the application is to just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get the understanding of it all. So you create wisdom, because then within wisdom, you're going to struggle. You know what I'm saying? To gain wisdom, you will struggle in some manner. There will be something lost. Sometimes great, sometimes insignificant, depending on how you scale it. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it don't. It just depends on how you scale it. Life in general, shit, to me is an accidental mishap. The angels sing because this is a miracle. And we're the angels. You feel me? It's like you try, you reach, and then it falls apart the moment it's in your hands. That's like the story of life, ain't it? You know? Anybody like willing to detest this on any level, tell me what manner of resources, fame, fortune have you acquired that is the sum of all things in your heart? And you proved me wrong. You know? If you were one bold enough to be like, well, I've got God in my heart, then you still miss the point. Bigger picture. You dig? That picture's lit. Because at the end of the day, there are tribes and civilizations who are afraid to face tomorrow sometimes, in the sense that, you know, facing God would be better. And my choice of words, that statement, was heard on the voices of the angels in songs. Bittersweet. Very, very bittersweet. The fruit is only for those who would actually seek it. But you cannot keep it. Remember that. So, you guys to like think this out while we're going throughout our days. This is mainly for America. Black, white, doesn't really matter. Like I said, everybody's really like human. So, you know, the races and shit is like what I'm trying to like be like, yo, eliminate that line and you'll get the true history of the earth. You get the true history of the earth. We come from war gods, warlords, and a whole bunch of fuckery. I'm gonna tell you that from the get-go. You know, the cover-up is the addition of a peaceful God. You know, I'm not saying we should be out trying to conquer the stars, but to be real with you guys, enlightenment, when we're talking about going out and go mining asteroids, which that's what we really should be doing, is because look, this is what I'm saying. You could face inevitable destruction. You know, like I said, inevitable destruction. One comes, bop, Boom. But see, since we got technology, I mean, and look, listen, check this out. I'm not one to say it probably wouldn't be just a little fun to see some shit coming and then be trying to dodge and survive it, playing the survival game real quick just to see what the fuck go down. I know when the zombie movies was coming out, everybody was like, "Man, I can't wait. This shit go zombie apocalypse. I'm double tapping these niggas." Cause I was, it's definitely a nigga like planning who the fuck I was gonna double tap. Like, yeah, I double tap that nigga. Oh, you definitely double tap. My cousin, bro, my cousin was cold blooded. He was like, "I'm sorry, grandma. You know, it's double tap." I was like, "Nigga, how you know grandma ain't gonna double tap your ass? But you crazy?" Right. This shit could go either or, nigga. Any one of us could catch this crazy shit and go zombie mode and then be double tapped, nigga. Or be sitting around here crying because you had to double tap the love of your life. That shit's crazy, right? Be like, aren't you glad it's just a movie? Half of y'all out there like, nah, nigga, I love that opportunity. Play Zombie Land. That's why we got simulations like video games and shit. Like, curve that. It allows us freaking, like, you think it's just a distraction. It's more than just that. Like, it's like distraction and entertainment, because this is like an alpha dominion. I keep telling you, it's an alpha round. Like, we can create shit here. We create things here. We can destroy things here. We can destroy ourselves. We can allow ourselves to be destroyed if we don't play the right way, if we don't play survival the right way. When you're ahead, you're ahead. You got to stay ahead. It's like an ant colony that becomes super advanced, you know? Literally. That's what we should actually more in like see ourselves as, like an ant colony that became way more advanced than all the other ants on the surface of the dirt. See, in the show Hunter x Hunter, we're the ants. We're the aliens that became so freaking advanced that we're able to go to different planets. Able to actually go to different planets. You feel me? And instead of like making peace, we started conquering motherfuckers and fighting them because we're ants. And we were like, bite your head off. That's just a joke, you guys. Nah, seriously though. It's like, there's nothing we could do about like the actual movements of the earth, because you don't want to stop what the earth has going on. Like any planet that actually has life in it, like it actually reverberates life, it vibrates a frequency. Earth has a frequency that resonates life. It can bring forth life. Like Earth is still bringing forth new life. Like it's new animals, species, creatures, all sorts of things, plants that we are still discovering down here. People like to think, oh, we've examined the whole Earth. No, the fuck we haven't. It's like still like we're at 8%. That's 8% to 100. Come on, man. Like motherfuckers is so stupid. We're still thinking that it's ice. It's a solid ice wall and it's flat Earth down this motherfucker. This lets you know where we are within our conscience most of the time. Not all of us. It's just a good little population of the world, which technically was or is higher than it should be. Like I said, you got these massive objects that are coming that you really can do something about. If you jump ahead of it, we actually can do something about it, and it creates more jobs, more fun shit to do. Yes, people are gonna die in the efforts of this shit. Like, it's whatever. It's the frontier. It's the next frontier. What the fuck you thought it was? People die at war. You know what the hell this is. So of course we going out to go mine asteroids, you know, and meteorites, and most of it we're gonna keep in space. We're just going to bring it back, and some of it we might even store it on Mars. You know, that's the whole plan of what really should be actually taking place with the human race. Now, all of the wars, like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I would love to see them stop, but I'm willing to bet some of them crank up outside in the rinks, like in the rim, because that's just what we are and who we are. Like, you understand, we're making battle jets shit that flies at supersonic speeds. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure that most militaries are trying to figure out how to move around somewhat of a hypersonic jet in space. That's hence trying to create your own gravitational field or whatever, when it comes down to it. Trying to mimic on a mini scale the gravitational fields of everything else that creates its own gravitational field to survive in space. But the whole main part of having all of this, like mining these asteroids, or to begin building colossal structures, like mega structures, like freaking, colonies and stuff furthering the chance of, survival, basically. Because, when it comes down to it, you could be stupid and you could, fall into like these, man-made, obsessions, and religious aspects of history, the shamanistic belief part, and you can get down on one knee and say a prayer, and when it bops, it bops, it goes down, it goes down. There you go. But, I'm willing to bet, you know what I'm saying, that it's a preservation strategy. Like even in America right now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe that there are certain entities or certain people who want to see certain classifications of people eradicated for whatever reason. It's always been like that. Like that's like life. Like you got one species trying to eradicate another species for whatever reason, or control another species for resources. It's like it mimics the animal kingdom. Like there are species in the animal kingdom that do the very same thing. They don't kill off their food supply. They actually nurture their food supply and they feed their food supply. There are ants that do this to aphids. Like they're that serious. It's fish and sharks that do this in the water. They pretty much, it's like a symbiotic relationship. It's the same thing over here. Like it's ecosystems. Like in America and all across the world, you got different populations that they might not have a certain resource in their country, so they have to go out and take another country's resource if they can't get it using other means. And most of the time, more than likely, you can't get it using other means, or they don't want it using other means. Sometimes things can be compromised or actually reach to an actual compromise. We can come to a peaceful solution, but we just continue to fight over it, or we just rather storm the castle at night. I don't know. Maybe it's just the like twisted, demented fun deep down in the back of our head. We think like if we don't get them, they're gonna get us, and that's next level. You really shouldn't think like that to get into to push a golden age, like new level type, way of thinking and conscience. It's not removing God from anything. It's keeping God in your heart and moving off of that principle. It's a universal. It's a universal action, cause and effect. Things come into existence, things fight for survival, and things go out of existence. Sometimes very, very fast, and none of us are capable of seeing it because our eyes are never fixed to that vibration. We can view the stars, but we can't really view the action that goes on within the freaking cosmoses or within those galaxies. Like life is abundant throughout this entire universe, is scaled at the blink of an eye, just like we are. From a distance, we ain't even here to some of these other stars. Like this one has already had his time. Like this whole star system is already gone. Like everything, like the Milky Way is scattered out and it's nothing right now. It's floating amidst the freaking astral realms, getting ready to reconfigure itself and pop back into another formation that is probably nothing like the Milky Way. And that's another big bang. Because even in the universe, things are explosive. We can't hear it. And even if you did hear it, it sounds and feels like fireworks in the distance. Like billions of fireworks in the distance that just never stop. They just never stop. But anyway, it's lit. I always used to say that people like reference like to me people are like stars, shooting stars and asteroids. You got people that, you know, come into your like gravitational field and they like orbit around you for like seasons and they shoot back off into the universe, you know. You got ones that just come and they just some people you collide with and the collision is freaking beautiful. Others, it's a nigga moment, you know. We have to like start thinking more progressive ways because at this rate, we'll only destroy each other. Here you go. I mean, we've been doing that the whole time. Some would think that that's all we want to do is destroy each other. Like, I was watching what freaking Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your gin and juice in the hood. And Brody walked out on the steps and he said, I get it now. You know, your bud will hop out and he's like, message! Because that shit was a real live message. He went from the only way to build the black community is to destroy it. And then he was like, we must destroy the black community, my brothers. And then Buddy popped up like, message! And he trying to tell you the programming is freaking crazy. Like, it's wicked programming. Like, bro, like, you about to find out shit. Like, everything's coming to the surface. Like, boom, 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 boom. How people treat people. And it's only to keep people divided. Like the way I said, because that small group of people, like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But that small group of people, amidst you being entertained and occupied within your existence, that small group of people does not want to see a lot of people survive, period. And it doesn't really matter. Like, it's classes, it's poor classes, and then it branches and it gets more precision, you know, when it breaks into like white poor classes and black poor classes, freaking Asian poor classes, Mexican poor classes, Latino poor classes. It breaks down like no country, like any country that has whatever immigrants can't lose a certain number of classes of those immigrants or it will cripple their economy. And it has to literally be like, it's a reason why. But to me, you guys need to rethink the option of just a one world order system and vote on that shit. Like, if you go march for anything, march to bring the world together. That's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like we marching for good shit. Don't get me wrong. You guys got some good ideas, but I feel like they're more based on division. You know, they're more based on selfish intentions. Even if you put it in an aspect for a certain, you know, group of individuals, you know, the shit we march for is retarded. It's like, why are we marching for this? Like, we're still fighting for individual equality. We should be fighting for it on a world scale to where you're like, look, listen, I don't think we need to be super dropping bombs on each other. Like, I don't think the NATO incidents and freaking Ganzas need to be going down. I don't think, we need to be, Russia needs to be invading anybody. I don't think America needs to be aiding anybody. I think we all need to be aiding each other. It's enough attacks on ourselves for the world to fall apart. Billions of years. We've already put enough trauma on this world. There's enough blood here to weigh the scales, to just drop them all down into the abyss forever and get no comeback. Like, no comeback. Like, this is your one chance. Like, yo, look, what if I told you all to skate across the stars, you need at least 8 billion people? Because a lot of us ain't going to survive it, you know? Real shit. Real shit. I'm going to tell you why. First, we got to get up. You know what I'm saying? We got to go. We got to get off of the ground. And a lot of us ain't gonna want to, and a lot of us shouldn't want to, because somebody has to man the ground while we go up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, until we actually get the type of ships till we actually build it, which we probably already got that type of shit. But I'm just saying, look, check this out. You got motherfuckers that's gonna want to stay down here and see what happens. Bunkers, build bunkers, reinforce them motherfuckers. Base it off of what you know goes on down here that can survive. We know how this shit goes. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of us, because them people, they gonna be stuck. You know, you got old people that's gonna be like, I ain't leaving, I ain't left nothing up there. Ain't shit up there for me. The hell wrong with you? I ain't leave nothing in space, bro. I don't got nothing to do with that. God made me here. This is where I'm gonna die. That's how we feel. We're humans, you know, deep in our conscience. That's how everybody feels. Plus, you scared as fuck. It's like getting on a plane for the first time or getting on a train for the first time. You like, shit, what if this motherfucker fall out the sky? Nigga, that is a possibility. We all know that shit. Fuck that. Get your ass on the spaceship. Like, just tough through it and go up to space, dog. And let's go mine some asteroids, dog. Let's make this shit real, bro. Let's go have some fun. Pew, 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 spaceship lasers. Ah, y'all are crazy. Nigga, let's go to Mars. Nigga, we got the whole thing on lock. That's why I say, look, there's 80 billion people down here. And the number's growing, you know. I mean, it's just saying, like, in the events I have more kids, I just want it to be funner shit to do, and I want higher possibilities of them surviving. Now, look, within this whole sci-fi existence, it's going to breed different types of perils and different types of obstacles for everybody. It's just we're going to have to stay on our shit, because the wrong move, and we'll bop ourselves out of existence. You get what I'm saying? Like, if we go to, like, full-on World War III, like, we're in World War III, people are like, yo, we're debating World War III. No, motherfucker, we in World War III. Like, shit, motherfuckers is dropping bombs. Nigga, motherfuckers is using freaking advanced technological warfare. Motherfuckers is using it's starving people off. We're using freaking biological warfare. We're strategic world. This is the strategic World War III. It's all about who can conquer who without fucking the world up. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit right now. In a minute, it's gonna be about fuck all that. I don't like them niggas. They gotta go. And when it get to that point, that's when Hiroshimas and shit pop up. And once one nuclear warhead goes off, trust me, your ass is gonna be beyond scared. You're gonna be shitting bricks in your grave. Cause this shit crazy, nigga. Like, hey, and one is enough to just at this point in time, pay attention to what you really feel inside your heart. Your heart be beating all crazy and shit because the earth be going dumb. Shit, it's volcanoes rumbling, freaking pockets of magma beneath your feet. The ground is ripping apart. You know what I'm saying? The earth be just earthquakes go off and tsunamis happen. And you gotta pay attention. Most of y'all locked in. You be feeling like it's gonna rain and it rains. That's because your ass can actually sense what's going on with the weather. You chimed in. You've been rooting yourself to the earth, and you've been standing around with your fucking feet out on the ground and shit like a tree and shit, hugging trees and shit. And now you like, it just feels like something's not right. That's because Earth is telling you, look, bitch, I'm about to start moving in mighty ways. So mighty, you gonna think God doing it. That's the killer punch, y'all. That's what the fuck it is. And if you in your regular zone, not paying attention to it, not thinking, okay, you need to be teaching your kids how to pay attention to the omens, because you need to be reawakening your ability to pay attention to the omens so you can survive what's actually coming, because it's things that's coming. You can be like, yo, it's the Bible's predicting this shit and whatever. Yeah, because they keep rewriting it. They rewrite it to predict it. The fuck is wrong with you? You ain't paying attention? You ain't goddamn see, y'all just acting the script and shit. Just close that motherfucker. Cause they got your ass. It's line and sinker. It's in so deep, it'll never come out. Your soul is locked in this shit. Like, let's play a game called freaking ruin their fucking path of anything. Nigga, what the fuck do you believe in for real? Look, know yourself, breathe, come back, stay into the reality of things, because if you don't, it'll all go out of existence. And immortal clad is the ability to transcend even death no matter what, because we live on in the hearts of others. My story or your story will be told by someone else. If it's great enough, you will be kept alive by your family. So, in order to do this, you have to think preservatively. You have to think preservation. What can I do to survive fucking whatever? And when I say I don't even mean I mean bloodlines. Shit's real. Shit's real. Because in the next phase, it's like that's when your ass can really be wiped out. It doesn't really matter. Like, that's why I say you have to be careful with how you move and shit and how we all move. Because it'll be like one wrong move, a EMP, and a nuclear warhead, and then volcanoes go off, and then it's over because the tsunamis and shit wouldn't stop, and the earthquakes chained off, and next thing you know, Africa ain't Africa no more, and freaking America ain't even there no more. It's what Australia was, and it's only just a piece of it, and you can't even really tell except for the damn, unless you was there. You just have shit. You gotta survive it. You know what I'm saying? It's the type of shit. You ever watched the movie Land Before Time? You notice how them dinosaurs was running from the earthquakes and shit. They was trying like all of them. You either fell in that shit, you eating your food one day, you chilling, earthquake, you gotta run. You gotta figure out how to run in the direction away and follow the land wherever it's going. Land Before Time. That's what that shit was about. You remember the movie Croods? If you ever watched the movie Croods, if you got kids, you probably watched the movie Croods, or if you're a big ass kid, you watched the movie Croods. You figured it out by now that these motherfuckers was basically surviving a deluge. Like that's literally what they was surviving. It was like a basically something, a chain reaction with volcanoes happening. They even had to survive the waters dividing. And then we seen technically the movie didn't make it seem as bad as the shit would actually be. You know what I'm saying? Because it actually presents the possibility that maybe this is how America actually got this far away from the other continents. And if you were like somewhere in the middle of it, you might not have even felt that shit. You feel me? You might have felt rumbling and shit. And some of the land within that might have been cracking up, and you might have had to figure that out. And volcanoes might have been going off, and you had to chart that. And whoever survived. And once it got to where it got to and slowed down, and boom, settled. The rest of them locked in. A couple more earthquakes happened when I would say like Canada hit with freaking America, boom, and became North America and created the mountain chain type of shit that probably created like some earthquakes and tremors and shit like that. And while the rest of the world in Africa was becoming established, that shit was hitting. India was connecting with things, freaking goddamn Sudan and all of that. The continents were reestablishing them shits. Some of them were actually eating each other. Antarctica was moving to its location. Freaking you had to stay away from the edges and from the critical areas where it was real, where the land was literally crumbling beneath your feet. You had to actually, and they probably didn't even have anything technology. You know what I'm saying? Because if you watch the movie Land Before Time, they was just dinosaurs. But you watch the movie Crew, you just had a motherfucker that knew something. He was like, we need to go that way. For whatever reason, if we go that way, we'll stay ahead of the ground breaking beneath our feet behind us. And so he followed that shit towards the sun. They followed it towards the sun and they survived it. The whole concept of we trying to make it to tomorrow they didn't even know that they was just trying to see the next fucking day. That's it. Because some shit like that will probably take weeks to happen anyway. And that's only if it's slow churn. But if you bop with a bomb, it just speeds shit up. And it's still going to slow churn because it takes time to cool down. It's like the blink of an eye still takes thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of millions of years. It's crazy. And that's only down here, I guess, if you scale it. Because we discover time and we just ride out with it. And it's going to evolve the moment we get off this rock in like large amounts. We'll have a new type of time. We'll have space-time all over again. But yeah. Appreciate y'all.